Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to part 15 of my Satyajit Ray season. And the film I'm going to have a wee chat about today is 1971's Company Limited, or Simbada. This is the middle film in Ray's Calcutta trilogy, starting with The Adversary and finishing with The Middleman. And this is another wonderful Ray film. Over these 15 films that I've talked about, the consistency of the quality of the films are really impressive. I mean, I would say on average, these 15 films are like 4 stars. Really quite impressive. This is one of these more political films and socio-political films. It follows a successful businessman played by Barun Chanda. Again, I apologise for any Indian viewers for my pronunciations. And he is in charge of, he's a sales manager for this company that makes fans. Yes, you can tell the plot's riveting already. The company makes fans. It's a British-owned company. So again, it's one of the recurrent themes of Ray as the changing of India to more Britishness. More characters speak English because they work in this British company. The heads, the chief executives, and the heads of the board are English guys, and then kind of lower management are Indian guys. But again, it's about that colonialism and India just having their independence, but there's still a heavy British presence. It's set in the backdrop of bombings and protesting, very much like The Adversary was. So this guy is a very successful guy. They go to exclusive clubs, they play golf, they go to the racetrack. There's a great scene at the racetrack. But the film kind of kicks off when his sister-in-law comes to stay with them. Tootle, who's played by Sharmila Tagore, who was in Days and Nights in the Forest, the hero, and was the title character in Devi the Goddess. And she's fantastic. So she turns up as an outsider, getting the tour of this kind of privileged world, which is probably a little bit less Indian and more British, and you can make your own mind up whether that's bad or good. And as the film progresses, you can feel the kind of tension between him, Mr. Chatterjee, and Tootle. At one point he gives her a watch as a gift to wear while she's there, but you can tell there's some chemistry going on. He even jokes at one point about he maybe married the wrong sister, which is a little bit awkward when his wife's there. But again, like most Satyajit Ray films, it's a slow build up. We get to know the characters, we get to know the environment, we get to know the situation. It's actually one of his more experimental films as well. He uses jump cuts. He actually uses some colour sequences to show ads of the lamp company. It's a really kind of playful film at the start. There's lots of different shooting techniques. Shows you little circles to give you an idea of the triangle of power in the company. And then there's a turning point in the film where there's this prestigious deal where they're going to export a bunch of lamps to Iraq. But as the deadline approaches, they realise that there's flaws in the lamps, and they've only got like a week to sort it, which is impossible. So they're going to lose face. They're going to have to pay a heavy fine, and it's probably going to cost the main character any chance of promotion, because it's just so well done, the fact that this guy's just driven by ambition. He does things in the film that aren't particularly above board or nice, because he'll just do anything to get ahead, but he's still actually a likeable character. You still root for him despite the fact he's a little bit dodgy as far as ethics, because again he'll just do anything to get promotion. So he comes up with this idea that the only way to save face is to perhaps have the factory shut down for other reasons, and then it won't look as bad when they fail to make the export date. So with the help of another guy in mid-management, they essentially create workers' dissatisfaction and a quasi-strike, and people are hurt just so they can delay this export date and not lose face, not lose money for the company. It's just so well done. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a film about capitalism, it's a film about ambition, and of course once he pulls this off he gets rewarded for it. But Tootle, his sister-in-law, sees what's going on. He never tells his wife anything about the business or the problems or the crisis that he's facing. He tells it all to his sister-in-law, and then the penny drops with her about what's happened and how he's actually managed to do this. And it's just got a wonderful ending, a wonderfully desolate ending. So he may get away with it on one level, but he doesn't get away with it perhaps on a deeper psychological and moral level. It's just a wonderful film. It's another 4-star Ray film for me, and he's got a bunch of them. Again, it's just so well acted, as you kind of see and learn the dynamic amongst the company, and with the different use of styles and techniques. Ray always makes it interesting, because again the subject could perhaps be a little bit dry, as you find out he works for a lamp company. That's not the most exciting, but it's just so well done. Again, it's perhaps a little bit slow to start, but most Ray films are, because again he just builds character and builds the situation. But then, like I said, the sister-in-law turning up is kind of the catalyst for both Chatterjee on a personal level, and then the professional side, the crisis kind of kicks off there as well. So like I said, it's probably one of Ray's more political films, on capitalism and getting ahead in business, at the cost of others, essentially making a fake work dispute, and just so to save their own skins. It's just a great wee film, and I would highly recommend it. Again, it's not available on Blu-ray as far as I'm aware. This is a Mr. Bongo DVD, which in actual fact the print's pretty good, which isn't always the case on kind of bought DVDs for Ray films, because again the prints for Ray films are generally in poor condition anyway, sadly. But this is actually a pretty decent edition and a pretty decent print. Again, it still has the Ray kind of obsessions about post-colonialism and losing your identity, and progress in a more modern world, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's another one that I would highly recommend you trying to pick up. I know Ray films aren't the easiest things to get your hands on, but Company Limited is a really good one. So thanks very much for watching part 15. Hopefully part 16 will come a little bit closer together. These are a little bit sporadic of a film series, but never mind. So thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments below if you've seen Company Limited and what you thought of it. And hopefully I will see you again for part 16 of the Side Ray season. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films saying farewell.